nicety is melting rapidly. And now I'm a believer.
I got all the kids crazy.
One of these days, they'll all come in here and beat your brains out.
What's she gonna say? Maybe we ought to tell her before she sees it.
She saw it.
How could she see it? I was the first one up. She was still in bed.
She was out here when it broke.
When?
About 4 this morning. I heard it cracking and I woke up and looked out. She was standing right here when it cracked.
What was she doing out here 4 in the morning?
I don't know. When it cracked, she ran back into the house and cried in the kitchen.
Well, did you talk to her?
No. I figured the best thing was to leave her alone.
She cried hard?
I could hear her right through the floor of my room.
What was she doing out there at that hour? She's dreaming about him again. She's walking around at night.
I guess she is.
She's getting just like after he died. What's the meaning of that?
I don't know the meaning of it. But I know one thing, Dad. You made a terrible mistake with Mother.
What?
Being dishonest with her. That kind of thing always pays off, and now it's paying off.
What do you mean, dishonest?
You know Larry's not coming back, and I know it. Why do we allow her to go on thinking that we believe in her?
What do you want to do? Argue with her?
I don't want to argue with her, but it's time she realized that nobody believes Larry is alive anymore. Why shouldn't she dream of him? Walk the nights waiting for him? Did we contradict her? Did we say straight out that we have no hope anymore? That we haven't had any hope for years now?
You can't say that to her.
We've got to say it to her.
How are you going to prove it? Can you prove it?
For God's sakes, 3 years. Nobody comes back after 3 years. It's insane.
To you it is, and to me. But not to her. You can talk yourself blue in the face, but there's no body and there's no grave. So where are you?
Sit down, Dad. I want to talk to you.
The trouble is in the damn newspapers. You see, oh my God, every month some boy turns up from nowhere. So the next one is going to be Larry. So...
All right. Listen to me. You know I asked Annie here, don't you?
Why?
You know.
Well, I got an idea, but what's the story?
I'm gonna ask her to marry me. I'm going to marry her.
What's the matter with you? What the hell isn't the matter with you?
How could you do that?
What's the matter with you?
Dad. Dad, you killed 21 men. You killed them.
How could I kill anybody?
Dad! Dad!
I didn't kill anybody!
Then explain it to me. What did you do?
Don't, Chris, don't!
I want you to know what you did.
If you're gonna hang me, then
I'm listening! God Almighty, I'm listening!
What could I do? I never thought they'd install them. I swear to God. I thought they'd stop before.
Then why you ship them out?
By the time they could spot them, I thought I'd have the process going again, and I could show them they needed me and they'd let it go by. But weeks passed and I got no kickback, so I was going to tell them.
Then why did you tell them?
It was too late. The paper, it was all over the front page. 21 went down. It was too late. They came with handcuffs into the shop. What could I do? Chris, I did it for you. It was a chance and I took it for you. I'm 61 years old. When would I have another chance to do something for you? 61 years old and you don't get another chance, do you?
You even knew they wouldn't hold up in the air.
I didn't say that.
But you were going to warn them not to use them.
That don't mean...
It means you knew they'd crash.
It don't mean that.
Then you thought they'd crash.
I was afraid, maybe.
You were afraid, maybe. God in heaven, what kind of man are you? Kids were hanging in the air by those heads. You knew that.
For you! A business for you!
For me, where do you live? Where have you come from? Me! I was dying every day, and you were killing my boys, and you did it for me? What the hell do you think I was thinking of? The damn business? Is that as far as your mind can see? The business? What is that? The world. The business. What the hell do you mean you did it for me? Don't you have a country? Do you live in the world? What the hell are you? You're not even an animal. No animal kills his own. What are you? I ought to tear the tongue out of your mouth. What ought I do to you? What must I do, Jesus God? What must I do? Oh, 我的天哪！我不喜欢你啊！我要去看电影梁漂亮啊！我不喜欢你啊！我要去买书啊！去书
Chris. My Chris.
You gotta say it to him so he knows you mean it.
My dear, if the boy was dead, it wouldn't depend on my words to make Chris know it. The night he gets in your bed, your heart will dry up. Because he knows and you know. To his dying day, he'll wait for his brother. You're going in the morning, and you're going alone.
Larry's dead, Kate.
Don't speak to me.
He crashed off the coast of China, November 25th. His engine didn't fail him, but he died. I know.
How did he die? You're lying to me. If you know, how did he die?
I loved him. You know I loved him. Would I have looked at anyone else if I wasn't sure? That's enough for you.
What's enough for me? What's enough for me? What are you talking about?
You're hurting my wrist.
Larry! Oh my God.
Joe, go in the house.
Oh my God.
Please go.
Oh my God. This is nasty.
Mother, I'm going.
I'm coming with you.
No, Ann.
Chris, I don't ask you to do anything about Joe.
You do. You do.
I swear I never will.
In your heart, you always will.
And what do you have to do?
Do what? What is there to do? I've looked all night for a reason to make him suffer.
You know what he's got to do. Tell him.
No, let him go.
I won't let him go. You have to tell him what he's got to do.
Annie, no.
Then I will.
What's the matter with you? I want to talk to you.
There's nothing to say to you.
Then why am I bad?
He's going to read it.
No. Chris.
Larry. He wrote it the day before he died.
Larry?
Give me that. Chris, it's not for you. Joe, go away.
3.5 years. Talking. Now, you tell me what you must do. This is how he died. Now tell me where you belong.
I think I do. Get the car. I'll put on my jacket.
Why are you going? You'll sleep. It'll be okay.
I'll feel better if I go.
You're so foolish. Larry was your son too.
Then what is this if he isn't telling me? Sure, he was my son, but to him I think all were my sons. And I guess they were. I'll be right down.
Mom, what do you...
What more can we be?
You can be better. Once and for all, you can know there's a universe of people outside, and you're responsible to it. And unless you know that you threw away your son, that's why he died.